So our family teaching, we use the new City Catechism, has 52 questions, question for each week of the year. And our goal in that is just to walk through every year, going ever deeper in understanding of just basic Christianity. Obviously, 52 questions, we only go so far. So the way it works is each question sort of opens a new section, and the next couple questions unfold it. So we're setting into the law. We've laid the foundations of what is our hope in life and in death, who is God, because he's our hope. And we've walked through that for a bit. Now we start talking about the law. So the question for this week, question 7, says, what does the law of God require? Go ahead and read the answer with me. Personal, perfect, and perpetual obedience. That we love God with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love our neighbor as ourselves. What God forbids should never be done, and what God commands should always be done. That's the adult version of the answer, and it's a tall wall. I mean, if you don't hear those words and go, yeah, I can't jump that, then you are very, very deluded. None of us are that good. And that's what the law does, is it reveals to us God's righteous standard so that we actually see where we stand and understand our need for a Savior. And so the law is powerful in that, and even a gracious thing in that, because if we didn't see our need for a Savior, we wouldn't seek one. If we didn't seek one, we wouldn't find one. We need to be saved because we fall short of God's standard. Now, if we go to the next slide, we have the kid version. Uses the same words, but just less of them. So I'm going to teach you some gestures, and we got some music, and we're going to gesture it together. I appreciate Lisa emailed me and was talked about the gestures for the kids' versions getting stuck in her head, being something she can practice during the week, and even been able to share with others. Christy and I, this is still our game. Everywhere we drive, every time there's a quiet spot in the car, one of us will be like, what else has God created? And off we go. So this week one says, what does the law of God require? Here's the kid answer, and here's the gestures we're going to use. We're going to go, what does the law, we used this one last week, the law of God, and for require, I'm not going to go, so I think we're just going to go require, like this is Billy Graham in the pulpit, right? You must be saved. So, what does the law of God require? That we love God with all our heart. You can do a little heart sign. Now, soul's a tricky one, and I'm going to go like this, and that's more of your passions and desires, which is not a great sign option, but it'll work. So, heart, soul, mind, strength. All right, that's the tricky part of the whole thing. Heart, soul, mind, strength. And then it says, love our neighbor, and in the song version, it repeats that 3 times. So we're going to go that we love our neighbor. Hug someone over here. Love our neighbor. And if you got a real neighbor, you can hug them. Love our neighbor as ourselves. All right? So let's do the music version. If the kids want to come up and help me do it, and you guys are welcome to stand up here with me. We'll stand together. Yeah, just come up here. You can kind of watch me. Liam, you want to come up and give us a hand? Johnny, maybe? Yeah. Just come up here. All right. Johnny's coming.
Microphone?
We're just going to gesture, so it doesn't require any noise. Is Johnny? All right. Go ahead and start.